You know what show it is. So if you're a regular follower, you know that I did some charcuterie early in the development of the show, and I made prosciutto and I made country ham. And tomorrow's Easter, and I have to have the country ham ready because I want to show off and impress everyone as to how awesome I really am. So it cured for a week. It hung for 6 weeks. So now we're going to put it in the oven for about 3 hours at 170 degrees. I don't have a smokehouse. I didn't figure that out. But we'll do that again. We'll do it again someday, and I'll figure out a smokehouse idea. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to prep the leg for going in the oven. It's going to go flat. It's going to not be in a pan. So I'm going to put some foil underneath it so that the drippings don't go on the burner. Because I have an electric stove. I hate electric stoves. So let's get started. Okay, here's the ham. It's still a little, it's not hard as a rock that a prosciutto would normally be. It's soft, still relatively soft, but it's dried up quite a bit. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this off because it has done its job. Okay, let me just show you something. See the coloring here? The mahogany-like color? Most of the moisture is out of this, and I bet you this is going to taste just like prosciutto. It does. It's really incredible. It's not quite 100%, but it's at the point where you would be fine to eat that. So, it's nice and clean. There's nothing dangerous on it. What I did is I cleaned up the side of it. There was a few pockets where the moisture just stuck around, and some mold formed. Mold might sound bad, but it's better than bacteria. So I'm just going to clean this up a bit. This actually is probably waste. Maybe I could cube it up and use it in a dish that would require salt pork or something of the sort. Clean that up a bit. One rule, keep in mind, even the good butchers will generally cut away from themselves. So when you cut too close to yourself, you get cut. So clean that up a little bit. So there we go. It's pretty much ready to go. And what I'm going to do is it's going to go in the oven, 170 degrees for 3 hours, upside down. And then Sunday morning, I'm going to slice it and tie it all together. And then it'll be roasted 325 for about 45 minutes. And we should have an excellent tasting piece of meat. So what you see here on the bottom tray, we've got 3 sheets of aluminum foil. So that if any fat comes out of the ham, it won't cause any trouble with the burners. I don't want to cause a fire. I want to create a great meal. That goes in there. Pull this rack out. This is going to be awesome. And it goes for 3 hours. So there we go. It's been 8 weeks. It's been second, third week of January this all started. And finally, it's the 3rd of April. We're finally going to see a result on the prosciutto and hams that we did. And now we wait 3 hours. It's been 3 hours. Let's pull it out and see what we got. Smells awesome. Sorry you guys can't. I'm sorry the technology doesn't exist because you're going to miss out. It's warm, it's not hot. Now what I want to do is I'm going to let it cool, and then I'm going to skin it tomorrow. I'm going to spice it. And maybe some of it I'll just, maybe this part I'll use for Easter dinner, and then the rest I can use for like sandwiches or whatnot. And one thing you're going to notice is, even though it's at a higher temperature, the graining of the meat is like Black Forest ham. And even prosciutto, it's really good. The graining of the ham is more like Black Forest ham, and it's tight, but it's cooked. But it's not cooked so much that the collagen melted. And collagen is what holds muscle fibers together. Got a lot of flavor. It's got a nice deep dark, like a walnut color on the meat. Like right here. And this was exposed to the air during the whole drying process. And then if you look here, it's got that nice like a mahogany color to it. It just had fat and it's really good as is. It's not. It's a country ham. It's not. It's you're not going to find anything like this in a grocery store in Canada. So day has passed, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to skin the ham. Took the bone out when I first seasoned it. If you guys remember, way back. So here we've got the ham. This would be the loin end here. In a beef roast, this would be the rump roast. This area would be the rump roast. The inside round, and back here you would have the outside round, and the either round. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to skin all this off, and hopefully I can keep it in one piece. You know what? I'm going to use my glove. What I want to do is I want to keep more of the fat on the skin than on the meat. This is easier to do when the meat is green. Green means it hasn't been cured. Once I can get around here. I had a customer the other day buy a whole ham, said that she was going to cure it. And I'm like, you're not giving it a lot of time. She goes, well, how much time should I have given it? I'm like, I started mine 8 weeks ago. And her jaw dropped. But I'd much rather have more meat on the meat than on the skin. This is a lot easier to do when it's non-cured. Actually still looks kind of... Check what we got here. Yep, just a little ribbon right here. Voila! Now, there's a little bit of meat still on here. That's okay. It's not that thick. It's okay. I wanted to keep more fat on the skin than on the meat, so that when it's all done and I cut all the strings and I go to serve it, all of my family and friends are going to have a nice lean piece of meat. So what I want to do is I want to show you guys how you can do this at home. I have 2 commercial deli slicers in my garage. I'm not going to use them. I probably should, but I'm not. I'm going to use this chef's knife. 10-inch steak chef's knife. I should be able to slice good enough. So I'm going to square it off. I may as well do that right now. Square it off right there. That gives you a good image of the profile. It could be, in a few more weeks, this would be good as a French prosciutto, because this is more the recipe with the salt and the sugar is more a Southern European, well, a French style of cured ham. So it would work well as that, and they do cook their hams in France. I'm going to try to go 1/4-inch slices. That does look awesome. That looks great. It would need a little more drying time to be a deli slice product, if you can see. But since I'm going to cook this tomorrow, this is going to turn out awesome. Nice, beautiful looking slices of ham. Keep in mind, this was all done with stuff you have in your house. Okay, I think that's as far as I'm gonna go. And this part here, this is not garbage. You can cube this up if you ever want to make coq au vin or any other food item that requires salt pork or bacon. This right here will work beautifully. And I am very, very pleased with the results this far. So I want to put it in here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to bundle it. Try to bundle it anyway. Trying to remember how this. And now we're going to tie. Okay. Let's do this slow again, okay? The long string goes towards your thumb. The short string to your fingertips. You with me so far? I'm going to twist the short string under the long string. You're going to make a loop. The short end is going to go through the loop, like so. And then you do a half hitch, boom. Now, like that. So what we've done is we've taken the skin, we've made a basket. And I'm hoping what I'll do is I'll coat this in maybe honey mustard. So there we go. The pigskin made a football ham, about the size of a J5V. So we're going to cook it tomorrow, and we'll see where we go. So here's the ham, tied, sliced, tied, and it's wrapped in its original hide. This has turned out really well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do it upside down, so the juices stay in. It's been in the fridge for a while, so for now, until the oven goes off, I'm going to set it there. But what I'm going to do now, because so many of you want to see the taste, I will take some of what I have here, and as I've shown you, it's got a great texture. It still has some elasticity to it. It's not firm like a prosciutto. But I believe, having snacked on this for the last couple days, I believe it's still safe for consumption. And since I'm still alive and kicking, here comes the taste. So I'm just going to do a fairly thin slice, almost like prosciutto. I'm going to offer some to my amazing daughter to snack on. Now, cold. And what's really interesting is the color of this. It's not colored like prosciutto, like a dried ham, but it's not quite like Black Forest ham, or like any type of smoked ham. So, in that the moisture's out of it. It's safe to eat. The bacteria has been killed, the evil bacteria. And we've done that through a process using salt, sugar, spices. When I went to hang it, we soaked it in apple cider vinegar because I thought that would give a good contrast. Prosciuttos and capicolas are normally rinsed in red wine or wine vinegar. So this was a little different. So this is going to go in the oven. It's Easter Sunday today, so all those watching Easter Sunday, I wish you a awesome Easter Sunday, and peace to everyone, of course. And I'm Larry. This has been Cooking Like a Caveman, and if a caveman like me can do this, you can too. We'll see you later.